Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Cal Revs, the chest of the best. The adventurer's best friend where you can get everything you want for just your top half off. Hey guys, what's up? Hope everyone is having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the time is in your neck of the woods. How's everything? Everyone doing good? I apologize for starting, late again. You have to understand, I was a bit busy, a bit preoccupied, just managing some things. We won't go into the details of it. All you need to know is that things turned out pretty well. Bit of a headache, but otherwise good. Glad to hear. Sorry to hear about the headache. But hey, welcome to the club. I too am sitting with a little bit of some of that myself. Might be the weather. I think it might actually be the weather. Have this thing, where it's just like when it's cold out, then I just get a pretty bad headache, specifically like around the ear area. But that makes sense, right? Because like that's just like your ear exposed to the cold. But yeah, no, the way things are in my area, my town, it's just like no one could really predict the weather. Everyone's kind of sort of waiting for snow to come in, but it just hasn't. It snows up in the mountains, but only a little bit, and that like disappeared just over the weekend because it started warming up, and everyone's like, what's happening? What's going on? Like, we were consistently at like 7 degrees Celsius during the day, and then it's like 2 or 3 at night. Like, we're all wary of it finally like dropping. Like, it's either going to worst case scenario, right? The worst case scenarios are it happens all of a sudden, or it just never happens. Well, for me, the worst case scenario is that we never get snow, because that means I won't be able to go snowboarding. My last winter in Japan, and I can't do what I usually love doing during the winter, which is snowboarding. Or the winter is just sort of like holding off a little bit, and then 1 week we're just gonna get only snow. It's gonna be only snow out here. And I'm waiting for that. I'm hoping for that, but I'm not holding my breath. And I just realized I didn't properly greet you guys. Hey Joe, hey Butters, hey David. Hope you guys are doing okay. And of course, hey Cassie, who popped away for a second there, but it's okay. I'll be seeing that you tomorrow. How would one know meta creative workshop? Probably showing boobs, Derek, if you're paying attention to how much Twitch has been set on fire recently. People just found an opportunity to test the limits of Twitch's powers of observation and lost. A good chunk of people actually ended up losing on that front. So, yeah. There's something to consider, I suppose. Twitch, how you doing? Are you holding up okay over there, buddy? Does it seem sent? No. Absolutely not. That's a no. Gross. Yeah. We're gonna be gods. Okay, I'm gonna, full disclosure here, guys. Full disclosure, I don't really pay much attention whenever Twitch, like, updates its terms and services and stuff. I skim it on occasion, but usually I learn about it. I mean, I get the information. It comes to me. It shows up in my inbox, but I just sort of, like, look to see what people are saying on Twitter and just judge whether or not it's something that affects me or not. I guess it does. That's not fair to say that no changes. It's unfair to say that changes don't affect me. They obviously do. However small it is, it's not like it doesn't affect me. But like this one, ooh, I was not expecting it to be so controversial, I suppose. But then again, every single change that Twitch does ends up being controversial now, doesn't it? Though not a lot come to mind. But this one, ooh. I saw earlier, like before I went to bed the other night, there was like a VTuber that was trending, like a partnered VTuber was trending. I was just like, they had a similar name to a popular like relatively popular like Japanese cover artist. And so I looked, and lo and behold, even partnered VTubers are not safe. Just immediately. Twitch, it seems, not quite fond of people pushing the boundaries. But also, it's just like people were just kind of straight up just stupid. Like, I can understand how some people might read certain things and think that they can just skirt the line and just win out on a technicality, but like, dude, how do you read artistic nudity and think that you can just be all like, oh yeah, that means I could just show off my model without its clothes on? Like, and what were they expecting? What were they expecting? Exactly. You know? Hikwe, welcome to the stream, dude. Like, what on earth do you expect is going to happen? You think it's just gonna be like a slap on the wrist and so all of a sudden it's gonna be okay? Or do they think that they can like appeal and be like, I didn't know, when they very purposefully did it? Like, you can't really like say, like, what do you have in your defense? I mean, like, I guess, sure, legal speak, you could be all like, that could be interpreted as anything. It was vague or arbitrary, blah, 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 blah. But that doesn't change the fact that they just straight up, like, show they ruined the art category. Yeah, no, like, as someone that doesn't really, like, look around into the art category, just, like, hearing my friends in VC talking about shit, about how like it's just like a dumpster fire, I was just like, I can guess, and this is gonna be bad for VTubers especially, I think. Hey Midnight, let me get you your item from the shop here. The new policy said about fictionalized nudity being fine, and people assume that their actual VTuber models apply to that. Turns out the streamer, in whatever form they take, still has to follow the attire guidelines. Yeah, like, that's a reasonable, not necessarily reasonable assumption. Although I think I remember hearing that, like, it was made clear that that did not apply to, like, augmented avatars. But I don't know if that was after the fact or before. So I'm not so sure. But, like, either way, it's just, like, common sense, right? Like, common sense. That's like hearing, like, the rules. That's like hearing, go ahead and do something. Forgot a couple rules. All right, give me a second there, Joe. Let me get that. All right, then this one goes to Joe, number 21. The Otter Popper, take it and be empowered. A poor fella that fought for his country only to find that his country would not fight for him. Next, Midnight's roll. I think that must have been added after I read the update announcement. It didn't make clear about avatars. Must have been afterwards, yeah. And for Midnight, the Demon Spanker. Very powerful sword that deals holy damage. Critical holy damage to infernal children creatures. So take it and be empowered. Just do be mindful of when and where you use it. Yeah, no, I heard that there was an update regarding augmented avatars, so I assumed, right? I just kind of, must have happened afterwards. I've been seeing the Demon Spanker a lot recently. It is weird how, like, the RNG kind of sort of, like, favors certain numbers, certain days. One cannot help but question why, but there we go. Did you do the new follower one? I suppose there is a new follower. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Number 8. Number 8 gets you the Edgelord Greatsword. A very powerful item indeed, increasing your attack at the expense of your charisma. So just do be mindful of when you use that. And then let's go ahead and see how this pans out. I still need to update how it looks, but from the looks of it, no. And I still don't understand who you're trying to get the VIP for, guys. Really, I don't. But there you go, there you go. All right. Oh, yeah, we should probably, like, scrub the thing. Are we ready? Oh my god, what the frick? Are we ready to proceed? Question mark. Just have something shiny in my back pocket. I should threaten you guys with losing your VIP at this rate. I should threaten you guys with losing your VIP at this rate. Y'all can't just hoard VIP badges. I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna do an ID check. That's what I'm gonna do for VIP. I'm gonna do a VIP ID check for slot machines. Just to double check on you. That's what I'm doing. That timer is scaring me. What about the timer? Oh! Sorry. I don't know why that... I'll fix that. Woo. 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 There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. It's done. We're good. We're good. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know how... There are like buttons at the top that you can click and it'll automatically like... Yeah, it'll automatically do that. I must have clicked it by accident. So sorry. Can you imagine if we started and I didn't notice? Imagine. But that's not what's happening. So why don't we go ahead and get started proper, shall we? Let's see what the dice, what the prompt, what RNG has in store for us tonight. Everyone submits like 3 lines or a super rough sketch, if anything at all. I mean, that would just sort of emphasize how important it is about the process, right? That would just emphasize the process and how much you can get done in just 15 minutes. Because some of you will be like, it's not my best work. And I'm just like, it's a workshop. It's a workshop. Y'all are just like, it's not my best work. It's a workshop. So maybe, you know what? Maybe reducing the time is something I should do one of these days. Maybe it is something that I should do one of these days, just to remind you guys that this is all part of the process. 15 minutes in, I'm often still deciding. Well, then this just sort of like cinches it. Maybe 15 minutes would be overdoing it. 15 minutes would totally be overkill. 30 minutes probably would be the most I would reduce it to. Then 10-minute sketches, so I wouldn't mind either. Just brainstorm. Kel became evil. I'm just reminding you guys that these are creative workshops, alright? I'm reminding you. Also, hey Confused, hey Noah. I'm reminding you that they don't have to be perfect. It's the process. You just gotta trust the process. It doesn't have to be a magnum opus of any sort. You could always polish it up into that, but like sometimes you guys are just like, it's not good. It's not perfect. It's not my best work. It's fine. But anyways, why don't we go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we? Starting up, number 76, right there, Cosmic. Well, knowing some of you, I know exactly where this is gonna go, but yeah, there's our prompt right there. Been waiting for this. Yeah, I know where this is gonna go. All right then. Everyone get it in there. Get your stuff prepped, get everything prepared, while I go ahead and make preparations for when we reveal things, yeah? Bum ba boom boom ba-dum boom. There we go. All right, setting up here. Prompt, Cosmic. Prompt, Cosmic. All right, things are set. Things are ready to begin. Space. I like space. Let's go to space. All right then. I think everything has been set and prepped. Yes. And then CW Cosmic. Pin. There we go. Hi. じゃあ皆さん Let us begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Hi, 終わりです。タ Time's up. Ute. How we feeling? How we feeling about our thing? Exporting now. Mine will be there in a minute. Excellent. Looking forward to it. Hope everyone had a good one. I'm just kind of sort of like wondering about this one, to be honest. Mine kind of sort of like got away from me a little bit, not gonna lie. Didn't exactly had much fun with this one. Hey, I'm curious. I'm very curious. I did see that you mentioned like colors and stuff, so I can't wait to see how that pans out. You have been demonstrating a very strong, you've been very good with colors lately, Butters. Speaking as a non-artist, but yeah, 10 minutes more? No. Don't worry too much about it, okay? It's not a magnum opus, it's a work in progress, as everything is. I like mine just cleaning up and saving. I'm excited as always. Mine kind of sort of got away from me a little bit, not gonna lie. Really don't know what to say here, to be honest. I don't expect this to be really anything good, to be honest, but I guess I tried, and that's all that really matters. Again, it is a creative workshop, and I will remind the court that it's just a matter of trusting the process and going with it. Y'all take it too seriously, alright? It's just to help with creative blocks, right? It's just a matter of like reminding everyone that there is a process to things, and you don't have to be a perfectionist about everything. Don't worry about whether it's good or not. Just think about the process that got you there. Really confused me. I got a Discord notification the instant I submitted my piece. Thought it was an error noise. Oh gods. Please, everyone, remember to save your work. Just a reminder to always save your work. That way nothing happens to it when you finally turn it in, export it, etc., etc. Do. Do. Now mine kind of sort of got away from me as I was writing it. I had several ideas for this one, but I was just like, I want to do something different. I almost wrote another fan fiction, but I was like, nah, let's not do that again. 2 fan fictions in a row? Come on, come now. Can't be doing stuff like that. It was tempting though. Really confused me. Oh, again, I did not do a reference this time. I just did something when you see it, it's cosmic. Ooh. Exciting. But everyone go ahead and get your pieces submitted. I will be with you shortly. I just need to take care of something real quick. Be right back. There we go. Hey, sorry about that. Okay, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's difficult to like talk about things without getting into like falling into the trap of like bathos. But that's why we have the creative workshops. All right, anyways, why don't we go ahead and get started here? First up, David's piece. I have predictions. Okay, there we go. It loaded. It just took a while. Stop. No. Ungroup. Here we go. Do you now? Yeah. I don't know what you want me to do, but yeah. Anyways, let's start off with David's piece. Trigger warning, loneliness, so do be mindful of that. Cosmic. Long ago, never mind how long, something peculiar happened. A lone star floating endlessly through the empty cosmos was struck. A tiny fleck of energy exceeding the speed of light struck the star with all its might. The star shattered into 1 billion pieces. After eons and eons, the dust once again joined due to gravity. However, what was left was no star, but a being. A being of absolute energy and light. Scared and alone, he wandered the cosmos, searching for something, anything. Who was he? Searching every solar system for answers, but he found none. For all he touched surely died from the heat of his skin, scorching planets whole. Time went on, and he grew tired and cold. No matter where he went, he would end up burning someone. That was until he saw them. 2 tiny stars had formed from the debris of his violent outbursts and were slowly but surely orbiting him. They shone so bright compared to himself. He nurtured them, gave them names, for he was no longer alone. He learned to control his heat so as to not disrupt his tiny friends. He learned to be kind and gentle, scared they might leave one day. One day, after having slumbered for another eon, his 2 friends were gone, and he was alone yet again. He thrashed and cried out into the stars, but no one answered him. Amidst the cries, he heard something else. Chatter. The faintest chatter from far, far away. He ran as fast as he could towards the murmuring from the other side of the cosmos. And that's when he saw it. A tiny blue speck, teeming with life. So much life. But they could not see him, for he had lost his spark. Nothing but a shell of the star he used to be. He gently landed and was met by people who looked like him. Scared to hurt anyone, he ran away and buried himself in his own sorrow. "What's the matter?" a voice rang out to him. "Stay away! I don't want to hurt you," he cried. "You will no longer hurt anyone," the voice said. "How can you be so sure?" he asked. "Because you don't wish to harm, so therefore you won't," the voice said calmly. He looked up and found 2 girls looking over him. They shone so bright in that moment. "For all your power, you've yet to accept yourself," they said in unison. You've spent an eternity searching for something when you had it with you all this time. He looked at them, tears forming in his eyes. Why did you leave me behind? He asked the two. You were not ready yet, they answered him. Walk amongst man and find your own value. Find your own peace. Then we will be together again. The tears were rolling down his cheeks, cooling his skin in the cold autumn wind. The leafless trees waving slowly against the blue sky. With that, they were gone once again. But he would never forget them. They lived inside of him. Once in a while, he'd see their glow on his shoulders, pushing him ever forwards. Their light guides him in this dark and boundless cosmos, showing him the way to be better and to shine the light on those who are in the shadows. He's still out there, searching for himself, guided by his two stars. I'm snapping my fingers in case it's not being picked up by the mic. Very sweet. Yes, this was really sweet, David. It was a nice one. May I ask what the inspiration is for this piece, David? David? If you are still there and not gone. Might even be my favorite David piece. I really do like this one a lot. There is a much OC lore. Ah, interesting. Oh, we got the lore drop. What the heck? You've been planning this the entire time, he said. Where's the lore video? We need the lore video at this point, David. We need the lore video, my guy. Well, either way, fantastic piece. I'm surprised you would say that, like, you're bad at writing third person. I saw that. Didn't you say that? Because this was really... In what way was this difficult? I'm not made of money. I mean... You could be made of money. But I don't know, dude. You say you weren't good at... You find it hard to write in third person. This is pretty damn good. Narratively speaking, very nicely done. Where was it? I personally loved the description of just like the boundless cosmos, right? Specifically, like the intro starts out strong, in my humble opinion. Quiet, but strong. And then it just sort of all builds up really nicely. I would love it if you just sort of like expanded upon it more. No pressure. But this does feel like something that you could definitely expand upon because it's just so good. The build up leading up to it. It will be expanded, don't worry. Excellent. Good. Lore should be written. Not for everyone. Obviously, not everyone has to do... Alright, if you're thinking about being a streamer, or specifically a VTuber with lore, by all means, that's awesome. But if you want to be a VTuber and you don't want lore, that's okay too. I will go ahead and say this. I just personally love it when people do have their own lore and they do something with it. This should absolutely be expanded upon. For sure. Not should. Sorry, I don't want to use should. If you have intentions of doing so, I look forward to the result, David. Very well done. I just have so many questions. And where exactly is it going to go? You know? It's like reading a book. Or like playing a game about like solving mysteries and murder mysteries in the courtroom. Like, oh, I don't know, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. But that's besides the point. Point is, very well done. I don't know, I just really like the strong start. It's just a very good, like, way to open up the piece. Scared, alone. Just, it really immediately digs in on, like, that primal fear of loneliness, you know? Would not have lore for myself. I don't want to be a gingerbread man variant. I am what I am. Fair enough. It's concrete. Yeah, it's concrete. Just sort of, like, digs in on that primal fear of loneliness that haunts everyone. But yes, It's been years, and my lore keeps changing. I am, as a reminder to the court, I am still in the process of writing my lore, but for the most part, most of the key details are more or less set in stone. And in fact, some of it plays into... Some of the model, by the way, is gonna, like, play into things about the lore, and I look forward to seeing how people react to that. But that's not important. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on this, and this piece is fantastic, David, and perfect for a lore. Just a nice little tidbit, right? A nice little tidbit to get people interested, and I love that. I absolutely love that. An idea for lore for me, but that will have its time next year. Now, all right, but yes, excellent work, David. As per usual. I will admit, it's like the second thing I expected. I was expecting you to take a cosmic horror route with this one, but not. But that was my first guess. My second guess was something along this lines, but I wasn't expecting it to be part of your lore. That's interesting. Ooh. Wasn't expecting the happy ending. I've been surrounded. I've been surrounded. I've been conditioned to expect, you know, dark themes from certain people in the space. I will not name names, but I kind of sort of have been conditioned a little bit. It's always nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having like a signature and like a signature style. That's how it be. People have their own way of thinking and their own way of interpreting things. But it's also quite a delightful surprise when you guys throw in something new that I wasn't expecting, you know? But then this is speaking as someone that loves surprises in general. For the most part, I like surprises. Wanted to, but I had no time. Aww. Happy yet sorrowful. Yeah, exactly. All right, next up we have Noah's piece, which I will read aloud here. In the heart of stars that shine holds a secret that is unknown to every mind. Amidst the infinity, the nebulas swirl, the shadows spin and jump, twisting to their own accord. Beneath the moon's gentle and silvery shroud, there's a world where dreams are allowed. Our curiosity, unknown, looks up to the darkness in the sky, with innocence and eagerness, ponders about the questions in its mind. In a faraway land, these stars continue to shine, bright and cold like ice. They sing out their mind in this depth of never-ending darkness. Those two continue to glow in their divine ignorance. Years pass, their light still reaches infinity. Left and right, all sides are calm, living in its glory, but slowly, one of them slowly loses its light, and its life slowly reaches its demise. It tries to shine one last time, now no longer with its fiery glory, but the pages are still untold, with a story still unknown. Death is imminent, with no escape. The spotlights shine once more to capture the final take. Finger snaps. I don't know if my mic is picking it up, but finger snaps. So, you said, Noah, that you struggled with this one. Now, in what way exactly did you struggle? And what was your process that led to this bit? What was the process that led to this? And while you type your answer that I expect is going to be quite, you know, a lengthy one because there are layers to this, I am going to head to the bathroom real quick. BRB! I returned just in time to read it, too. Here we go. Give me a second here. That goes away. Not struggling, it was more so because it was a bit rough to think of ways to write about something that I use as metaphors. I think it's obvious by now that I love using stars and emptiness as my main metaphorical sources, so writing a poem where that isn't fully a thing that is allowed because the topic itself is cosmic, that was a bit difficult, and this one wasn't really my best attempt either, I think. I don't know how you feel about it, though. Dude, what do you mean it's not your best? Again! Y'all are too freaking harsh on yourselves. I fucking hate how harsh you guys get on yourselves. This was really good. What do you mean? It flowed really well. It came out really nicely. I hate using the word flow just because it's just like an arbitrary term, but it did flow pretty well. I don't know. Maybe it's just like my sense of just like spoken word poetry coming out, and maybe that's why I'm just sort of like biased, and it felt fun to read. Okay? As a spoken word artist, right? As a spoken word poet, right? That was really fun to read, all right? It was deep. There were layers to it. And also, a part of me wants to apologize for taking basically your tool for like written works and just making it so that you can't really use it the way that you need to. But honestly, as a D&D like dungeon master and as a teacher, that kind of sort of just demonstrates how good it is to just challenge yourself with these sorts of things, because and what ended up happening, it ended up being fantastic, Noah. So take pride in this one. And if maybe you look at it and you're just like, oh, I want to polish it up and make it better, quote unquote. Sorry, I'm saying better, quote unquote, because I think it's really good. But point is, it's good. Noah, it's good. Did try a new style. And that's the beauty of the creative workshops now, isn't it, guys? I have to remind you guys why we do this stuff every single time. It's a practice. Sadly, I have to go. Take care, y'all. Okay, David, take care, and thank you once again for gracing us with your lore. Thank you for the impromptu lore drop. This wasn't any style, by the way. You have seen this before. Yeah, no, I getcha. It's the way I wrote those messages in your Omori stream. Yeah. I'm aware. All right, but no time to waste. Also, I am hungry, so I don't want to waste too much time. So let's go ahead and proceed, shall we? I'll go ahead and do my piece. Mine got away from me. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. Mine was a small satellite, a pitifully small, spherical chunk of iron cratered by however many years of wayward meteors and asteroids pummeling its surface, scattering rock and dust across its face as it baked in the red light of a dying star. Round and round my homely home goes, an orbit without end, yet an end awaits, I know. The day turns, as does the night. The red sun burns and flickers and smolders like a candle in the night. And alone, I wait, waiting for the final breath when the sun finally fades and leaves me to my fate. To freeze and cold, to be lost to the vast space as my little rock hurtles aimless through the void sea. Or, perhaps, I can save myself the trouble and end this now. A crash came one day while I was laid out on the dust-covered ground and my homely home was rocked, and I wondered briefly that I needn't worry about the cold. Perhaps it would be enough to send my little rock to burn in the gaping, burning maw that was my dying sun, but alas, no such luck. She was tall, hair like a comet's tail billowing behind her, eyes like a newborn star, bright in a steely blue. She stood at the center of the crater, looking around her as if lost and confused, and when her eyes met mine, I knew. She came to me, a smile upon her lips, from which delightful laughs took flight upon words I once knew. Simple words. Hello, how are you? Fine. And you? What do you want to do? Is there anything I can do? I didn't know. I wondered why. Why would she be here? How long would she be here? Every day I asked. She'd clamber out of the crater and spend the day at my side, wandering and talking on a lifeless rock circling a dying sun, as if it was what she always wanted, and not the only thing that could be done. But it was my everything. Every day, a quaint conversation with welcome company about the things she'd seen, the worlds she'd been, and lives she'd lived beyond my lifeless rock and dying star. Compared to mine, my world was nothing. I'd said just as much, and she shut me up, pulling my face to gaze into her eyes, drawing me in so close I could see myself, reflected in the spiraling kaleidoscope of her brilliance. And the gravity of my existence was made clear. A world. Then, the day I feared came, and the dying sun puffed and roared. I held her hand, gently, firmly. She smiled like she always had, and just like that, my mind was clear, my heart without fear. I pulled her close and told her she didn't belong here. I kissed her one last time, and with a sad, shared gaze, she leapt into space, gone. And the sun grew and shed its layers one by one. The heat seared my skin, dried my tears, but I didn't look away until at last the sun's red light no longer filled the sky, and a singular, white, steely blue brilliance filled my sight. I closed my eyes with a smile on my face as my world finally faded. Yeah, and that's the end of that. A lot of loss, I think, going on with our written works tonight, it seems. A little bit of a theme of loss going on there. Just the vastness and like wandering the vastness, it seems. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That one, I feel like that one kind of sort of got away from me, but I did have fun writing it. And in the end, I did have fun reading it out loud as well. It was a drama piece. I really liked that one. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. It was difficult, to be honest. I tried to like lean on what little astronomy knowledge I have. But I was just like, man, I wish I had more time to like... Not a writer, so I can't explain why, but I like the short lines. Thank you. It's been a while since I've written a poem on one of these, right? Like, it's been a while since I've written, like, just, like, a serious-ish poem on this. But, yeah, I lean more towards, like, free verse. It especially helps with, like, spoken word because, yeah, I'm a spoken word artist, specifically. And the pacing you set on each stanza was great. Thank you. I didn't really think much about that. I kind of just sort of went based off of instinct, really. That's kind of just sort of how I write my, like, my poems, to be honest. And just sort of, like, normally I would, like, go back and just be like, okay, what works and what doesn't. But honestly, even if this one kind of sort of got away from me, I'm rather proud of how it turned out. It's a nice one, and I do like it. A little bit sad at the end, but I tried to make it sound a little more, like, satisfied with... I tried to make the narrator sound a little more satisfied with the way with how things ended. That was my hope. Everything else could have just, like, I could have stood to have more time to, like, talk about, like, the two of them. But in the end, the most important thing for me was that it ends satisfactorily for the narrator. Can't put it into words well, but I really enjoyed this one. I'm glad. I'm really glad. I was like so like concerned that it wouldn't make sense, that I was trying too hard to get some of that astronomy knowledge in there, but it ended up being something that I could be satisfied with, and I am satisfied with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yes. But I believe, unless someone has made a late addition, no one has made a late addition to the writing portion. Excellent. That means we can move on to the artist portion. But one last round of applause for our writers, David and Noah, for their submissions for the creative workshop. Thank you for the moisten. Thank you, thank you. Yes, a little bit of the patchies for them. I mean, if somebody had to ask me what your talent was, I would actually say without a doubt, you're amazing talent. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is probably, of all the things that I could be good at, writing is definitely just one of the things that I actually am just like, yeah, no, this is my thing. Maybe I should try writing more. You're more than welcome to. It's always good to dip your toes in some things. Try it out, see if you like it. You never know. Sometimes you just gotta find your niche in a specific thing, you know? You know? Jack shit at writing. You never know. There could be like I said, there could be aspects of writing that you could polish up and become comfortable with, you know? It's about what you're comfortable with in the end, really. And it's always good to push the comfort zone, just a little bit. Not all at once, but just a little bit. That's why I would briefly consider art, but like I do not have the resources, I think. If I were to try art, I think I would try watercolor, to be honest. Just because for ease of like money. One of these workshops, if the prompt is right, I might try writing. Yes, excellent. Yeah, no, I would maybe consider trying art one of these days, maybe, but I'd like to find like a medium that I would be interested and comfortable with, you know? You know? But yes, enough about me. Let's move on to our artists. I have shittiest watercolor ever, maybe Dio inside, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's okay. That's why we practice and that's why we do the workshops in the first place. Okay, but why don't we go ahead and have a nice little peek at our artist's creation for the day, shall we? We have, first up, Joe. All right, so, first of all, I love it. Really, I do. My question for Joe, however, is what is this like a block of chocolate with sprinkles in it? Question mark? Now, if you were to say that this is, for example, a Pop-Tart, then I would absolutely be delighted because this is exactly what I would feel, right, when I eat a Pop-Tart. When I eat a Pop-Tart, this is like where my mind goes, where it's just like, yes. It's not exactly a hot fudge sundae Pop-Tart, but if it is a Pop-Tart, it's a cosmic brownie. Joe, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. My parents were very careful with me eating sweets, weirdly enough, often. At least with like a box of Pop-Tarts, they would usually came in like small packages, and they could curate that stuff and make sure that I don't eat too many. But I don't know. I don't know what a cosmic brownie is. Either way, it looks like I really want to eat it. This isn't fair. You guys can't just draw sweets and put it in front of me. What am I gonna do? It's raining outside. I could make a run for the kombini, but then it's just like I shouldn't be spending money right now. Aw, man. It looks delicious. Check your DM. Chotto matте, iyo. Oh, yeah, no, there was no way my family would have gotten me these, Joe. My family would never get me these. The only reason the Pop-Tarts ended up in the house was because they were Pop-Tarts, and it's just like, they were familiar with it. Mine came in late, but had to restart PC and was having program problems. Ooh, I see. And it sounded like it was our fault. It's raining. It's not. It is raining outside, and I don't want to go out to get snacks right now because I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out right now. I want to stay indoors. I want to have my hot chocolate. I want to cook my like seasoned fried meat. All right. I'm gonna put it on I'm gonna grill it. I'm grilling food tonight. I don't want to go out to get snacks and then all of a sudden see that there's like some sort of thing going, like a special like food item on the shelves, and then end up like, oh, well, shoot, I guess I'm not going to cook tonight. I already made preparations. I can't. But also, hey Rob, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. So tempted to make Nyan Cat, but instead of cat, it was like, oh my god, why? Why do you people do this? Why are you all? I can't knock on the creative spirit. That's right. Do as you will. Fucking do as you will. You crazy. You crazy GGs. I swear to God. Anyways, Joe, I may not be familiar. I did not give you the go signal. I just acknowledged that I can't give you the stop signal, Quay. It's not that I didn't give my approval. I just realized I can't stop you. There is a world of difference between the two. Now, which way would Nyan kill face with a rainbow come? Oh my god. Why is this? If you're gonna consider this stuff, don't do it in front of me. If you're gonna brainstorm this stuff, don't do it in front of me. Look, Joe, long story short, I never got a chance to taste any of these, weirdly enough. But that doesn't change the fact that it looks delicious. And I want it. I want to eat it right now. And it's not fair because I can't. Anyways, thank you for your submission to the creative workshop. What did I just say about workshopping this in front of me? You three are on thin ice. I have to add that to the list of stuff to send you. It seems so. All right, let me get to your items. Don't laugh. Don't cheekily wink at me, Butters. All right, that's fine. Workshop this stuff off of company time. You understand me? Do you understand? Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, thank you again, Joe. And apparently, she just pinned the message. For context, she sent me like a picture of like what cosmic brownies look like. I've never had them before. I've seen them, but I've never had them. And she's just straight up pinned it as a reminder of what to give me, it seems. Goodness gracious gods. Truly, I am blessed by wonderful friends. Okay, next item from the shop. Next item, we have Butter's piece. Hang on, I gotta react. There we go. Butter's piece from the shop. Ooh. All right, so first of all, this is fantastic. Oh my god, I'm like looking at it a little more closely, right? Like I'm looking at it a little more closely. And I'm just like, I've noticed that like even like the little bit of specks are also just sort of like there as well. That strikes me as like a really nice touch. It's so subtle, but it's so nice. I just saw Butters thrown in there as well. Oh my god, this is great though. I love how you have managed to, first of all, the choice of color between like blue and orange. Very nice touch, I think. Smattering of black every now and then. And of course, the stars, the white for stars and stuff. Fantastic. Also, the comet here, excuse me. Like I said, I had so much fun with this. I believe it, and I can see it. How did you do the comet one is my biggest question. That's like my biggest question is like, how is the comet, how did you get that trail going there? Or maybe it's just like a static image and it's just sort of like going through there, but that doesn't change the fact that it looks just phenomenal. And again, just like the speckles, like the little frame difference of like the speckles, like sort of like changing. I just realized there's like, what, are there like 4 separate frames for like the shifting stars that you have there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like it comes back every 4th frame or something like that. Just an airbrush. The comet itself is static yet. Well, the effect is like really good. 2 different airbrushes. I see. Also, real quick, why am I here? Why am I just like there? Like some sort of like 4 sets of twinkling stars. Dude! I love the attention to detail on that. That's phenomenal. Really shows that you just a trademark symbol. What do you mean trademark symbol? I shouldn't be the signature on this piece. This is all Butters, and Butters did a phenomenal job. Also, I love that you have managed to, like... I love the attention to detail in the sense that you have also kept the shadows on this sphere consistent. Like, it's just, I mean, obviously, it's just like a matter of just like keeping it like rotation locked. Actual term. To the star itself. But that doesn't change the fact that just the attention to detail. That's just basically. Just attention to detail. Because I had 5 minutes left. You don't have to like throw me in there. I'm not the signature for this piece. This is all you. Why can I see the image of the Teletubbies baby in the sun? I think you're just sort of like, I guess you're just hardwired for that, Cotton. That's what I picked up from that. It's like when you notice that meow is in the middle of the word homeowners, you know? But like, gods. This is just very mesmerizing to look at. Just very mesmerizing. It's just really nice. Why did you say that? Because it transfers. Home meowners is real hard to pronounce. Won't go away from my head. Wait, what? It's because you said ho. But you know what? I'll just let that there. Also, hey Reeve, isn't it amazing? Yeah, this is Butters' piece. Oh my goodness. Again, fantastic, Butters. Fantastic. I can tell you had a lot of fun with this one, and the result speaks for itself. I absolutely adore this. But also, I'm a sucker for stargazing and stuff. Speaking of which, as a quick aside, for those of you who mayhaps are considering going on a little date in the dead of winter, highly recommend, if it's to your liking and to your partner's liking, stargazing. Stargazing is good around this time, assuming you get a clear night sky. It's actually quite nice because when that happens, basically during winter, there is less humidity in the air, and assuming that you get a clear sky, right? Assuming you get a clear sky, it's easier to see the stars. And actually around this time, the Geminids meteor shower is happening. I think the peak actually is around either tonight or tomorrow night. We might have also just straight up missed it, but stargazing in winter is fantastic because there's less humidity. It doesn't interfere with your sight of the stars itself. Isn't it too cold outside? For a date, Reeve, that's ideal. Because think about it. You're out there, you're about to see the meteor shower, it's cold, and, you know, your partner is just like rubbing their hands together, right? Trying to warm up. And what's the best way to... This is from a friend, by the way. This is a friend's experience. I personally haven't utilized stargazing as like a dating opportunity. This is a friend's experience, and I'm like parroting what they told me to you guys. All right, I am parroting what they said to me to you guys, and just letting you guys know that it is a fantastic. I'm not. We're moving on. No, you have friends. God. So you went stargazing with your friend. Shh, we're moving on, Butters. It's a good piece. We're moving on. It's a great piece. It's a great piece. Malaysia has too much light pollution. Is it because like everything is just sort of like in the same area? Like, is there not like enough space where you can like just step away, like be able to be away from like the light and stuff? That's a shame. That's a pity. All right, react. Next up, we have Quez piece. Why don't we have a nice little look-see doodle there? Ooh. Hang on here. And here we have Quez piece. I gotta know your inspiration for this one here. Cosmic indeed. It's God themselves. A cosmic God for sure. The feeling is coming up for sure. Some nights in the really rural areas you can see the stars. That's as long as you can. Become ever more convinced that Quay has a pocket dimension he does art in. Be honest with you, Quay, this took you at least 3 hours. Just had cosmic being on my mind. I mean, it's a very simple, like, concept on paper, like, in words alone, but you went and made just straight up. Like, this is, okay, this is probably not your inspiration, but, like, for the Egyptians, for example, they actually, like, one of their gods, the most primordial god, father of Ra themselves, right, is Nun, as I understand it, which is depicted as, like, being a god of, like, space and nothingness, or, like, the primordial origin of everything. And often he is depicted as, like, this, right? Often he is depicted, no, not Ra as in Ramitri VT, Ra. I meant, like, Ra as in, like, the Egyptian god of the sun. His father is depicted in this light as Nun, depicted as being a being of, like, this endless ocean of, like, stars and light. Yes. And this is kind of the vibes I get, you know? Just the cosmos creating light, creating the universe and such. Just a star I came up with. Well, that doesn't change the fact that this is fantastic, phenomenal. Love the little light, the starburst light, the little bokeh blur, you know? And of course the colors, obviously, very interesting. I like this, like, color combination of, like, light, of, like, blue and pink, but, like, the softer tones of it, you know? The softer tones of it are really, it really helps everything else contrast with itself, you know? Speaking, again, as a non-artist, but it really does well to make the being itself really stand out. All the light effects are so well done. Yeah, wanted to experiment more with colors. I can see that, and the results are quite well done, I have to say. It's kind of interesting that you guys would choose, like, different colors and achieve, like, various, like, I don't think I have the words to describe how they differ in, like, feel, but they are both really well done. I don't know, something about this just seems very primordial, you know? How to make Galaxy. If only. What's up, guys? My name is Nun, Egyptian god of primordial nothingness, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a galaxy. So first, you take a bunch of gases and you smush them together. Quest is much softer than mine for the space part. I suppose that's one way to look at it, yeah, but that doesn't, yeah. I don't know, it feels, I guess just like any color in general, right? Just any presence of color in this general situation kind of gives it this feel of it being like a young universe, or a young galaxy, you know? That's my take, at least. Like, this feels like still yet a galaxy in its infancy, or maybe just sort of like surrounded by others, whereas this one feels a little more solitary, you know what I mean? Like, this feels more like origin. Like, this feels like star in its infancy with like a sort of like nebula still surrounding it, and we're getting like a top-down view, whereas this is just like like I said, primordial. You have more colors with letters. I focus more on the black space. Either way, that doesn't take away from the fact that the galaxies created in this space, if you will, were fantastically done. Once again, Quay, phenomenal job. Next up, we have... Hang on, let me react. Fantastic. Next, we have Cotton. Cotton, why are you reacting? Why do you have, like, the crying emoji above that? Is that for your own piece? All right, so Cotton, what did you just, like, have? First of all, I love the colors. I didn't finish it. It's the creative workshop, Cotton. It's fine. You don't have to worry. If you want, you're more than welcome to finish it off stream and like put it into the art category of the Discord. But it looks phenomenal, Cotton. All right. Is this Uranus? Cotton, like, if this is Uranus, this looks really good. Like, Uranus looks fantastic in this situation. Hell no, it's unsalvageable? No, you don't get to decide that sort of thing. Uranus looks fantastic here as depicted. I think, like, any sort of like artistic depiction of Uranus, like nothing really compares to your depiction of Uranus, dude. Like this is, does it, Kel? How do you know? I don't know. I'm just kind of sort of like spitballing here, but I'm just saying that your depiction of Uranus is good. No, it's a random ass planet, is it though? It kind of sort of, well, I mean, maybe it's just because of like the rings around it, right? Like the rings around it kind of sort of like give off the vibe of it being Uranus, but like, just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of like not animations or like depictions of Uranus kind of sort of have this kind of sort of like, you know, just this shape, this color, the rings around it in this way. Clip it? What do you mean clip it? Isn't Saturn the one with the rings? You're right. They all have rings. Well, okay, so Saturn is most recognizable for having a lot of rings. Jupiter actually does have like a very thin ring around it. Uranus also has a ring. I think Neptune has like a very thin ring around it as well. And then that's it, I believe. And what do you mean? What heavenly being, someone raid this man in the middle of this? What? As I'm like talking about space? Saturn has the most, yeah. Uranus has like a rock ring, or am I getting it wrong? I'm fairly certain it has one. I feel like the rings here and the glow around them looks like the fine particles around the rings nicely done. Yeah, see? It's fine, Cotton. It looks nice. It looks wonderful, all right? Uranus looks amazing. Uranus has never looked better, all right? Maybe you're just like, oh yeah, it's not finished, but like I think if you want, you totally could like polish this up. It looks great to me, but if you want to, you can work with it, all right? It looks fantastic, all right? How does he know? What do you mean, how does he know? There's a random ass, or specifically Uranus. It looks great. Exactly! Something about that sentence doesn't look right, though. Whether it's a random ass or specifically Uranus, it looks great. Whether it's a random ass or specifically Uranus, it looks I see the problem now. I see the problem now. The planet looks fantastic, Cotton. It's a wonderful, wonderful depiction of the planet. If ever you want to work, it honestly kind of sort of gives off vibes of just of like a pulsar. I was just reading peacefully, then I have to hear that. Listen, man, everyone makes mistakes. I'm not perfect, all right? Give me a moment real quick. I don't want to know why you need the moment exactly, but we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. It looks great, Cotton. I love it. It's a fantastic depiction of your planet. It's great, all right? You're welcome to be critical of yourself, but it looks great. All right? We're moving on. You're Uranus? Listen, man, it's all Greek to me. Or Roman, I don't freaking know. It's been a while, all right? We skipped that part. We skipped the pronunciation part in astronomy, all right? Let's move on. God damn it. Although I do love the idea. Now that you mention it, I do love... I do love the image of like Ziggy just like, you know, sat in like a nice little leather chair, feet set upon his ottoman, tea set on a side table next to him, you know, and just blissfully reading a nice little copy of Sense and Sensibility, and just hearing me go off in the background and just like looking up and then like looking over his glasses. I don't know if Ziggy wears glasses. Over at the screen. And just like, did I hear that right? And yes, Ziggy, it seems you did hear it right. And I didn't hear well enough, it seems. Shut up! Shut up! We're moving on! We're moving on! Next up we have Confused Piece. Apparently there was some struggle going on, and yet, despite the struggle, the piece ended up being fantastic. This has happened like 4 times. That is exactly the feel whenever I listen to your streams. I will take that as a compliment, because at the very least that means I am consistent. And consistency is important to me. It is an important value. But enough about that. Let's focus on Confused Piece. I think this is amazing. All right? No quips. No funnies here. All right? I'm gonna do without the conspiracy theory and just acknowledge that this is fucking amazing. Confused. Did my best, and your best is more than enough, dude. I love the interpretation that you have brought before us. Are you kidding me? Is there a shut up about Uranus? What if we just never move on, and then I will just end stream. I will just end stream in that case. Unzipping the universe to see space. I love it. It's just so. Is that unzipping space, or is this astronaut smoking? Is this astronaut smoking? Either way, it doesn't really matter. I want what they're smoking, because this looks great. I love the effects. I love the attention to detail, right? I love that you have added like a nice little, like, what is this? Like moons, little bits of like cosmic breeze or comments in the air. Jupiter, Saturn, maybe other planets. It's fantastic. I want the moon. How much does it cost? $90. I would imagine the moon costs more than $90. Would you stuff me in? I'm not gonna stuff you in there. But you would fit. Just as a side note, you would be able to fit in there. It's space after all. If I could spew infinity out of my fingers, I would too. It kind of, honestly, this is kind of sort of giving me that vibe of just like a straight up like cosmic entity, or just like a normal human with the ability to just like space hop, right? And I'm kind of sort of getting that vibe, but I'm also just like, you know, DreamWorks vibe of just sort of like hanging out, enjoying the view, enjoying the fact that everything is just sort of like there. You're there in the middle of a vast and beautiful universe, and you can only ever really see just like a little bit of it. But the little bit that you can see is pretty freaking beautiful now, isn't it? Now, if only we could reach it ourselves. We can only dream, right? Of like reaching it for ourselves. Us in our little tiny corner of the world where the farthest we can get is the moon, right? The farthest we can get to the moon, and it's like we haven't been there in a good long while. The farthest we can get is the moon. We can only dream, right? Of going even further. But who knows? One of these days. Someday. Maybe not one of these days, but someday. You know. The final frontier will have its residence. One day. It's like humanity-based optimistic view. Like humans, creatures with the power to unravel the universe. Exactly! Precisely. Yes. So Confused. Take pride in this one. And hey! It looks to me like that drawing pad is starting to pay off, right? 10 minutes left after I started and finish when you finish the written work. That just you had PC issues, which is reasonable because your PC is really going through a lot of crap right now. But with what you were able to do, you know, fantastic work, Confused. Take pride in this one. This is good. If this is your first piece, you know, with the drawing tablet proper, it is a phenomenal piece. I don't think It is the first piece with your new drawing tablet, isn't it? Or is it the second one? Either way, phenomenal work, dude. Second? Okay, second piece. And the work, once again, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Check art department after this. Will do. All right. I'll moisten, and I'll also go ahead and get that slot machine in real quick. I'm drinking. Don't worry, I'm drinking. No, don't worry. I'm staying hydrated. This also applies to all of you, especially all of those of every one of you that's in either the, near the equator or below it in the southern hemisphere, because it is summer. It is summer for those peeps, and I worry for them because it's summer. These slots. We are burning. I would bet. Please stay hydrated, all of you. But tragically, no dice on that front. All right, art department. You said art department. I will go and check. Shosho omachi kudasai. Fucking hell. Y'all work fast. I respect it. God damn it. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. It looks phenomenal. But like, God damn it. I'm surrounded by skilled creators. But damn it. Anyways, guys, I believe that is it. Yes? Yes, that is it for our pieces. Yeah, alright then. That's it for tonight. You can bet an animated version of that is my only possible project list now, Cal. Well, at least we have something to look forward to for the new year. Well, it may or may not take that long. Who knows? Okay, I'm low-key looking forward to it. Who am I fucking kidding? But what is playing right now? Well, alrighty then. That's that, guys. I think it's high time we sent you off somewhere, yes? Question is, where? While I look, let me think about any announcements that need announcing. I think... maybe? I'm trying to decide where I should send thee. Dare I try to sift through the art tag right now? He was playing an art game if you need someone to raid. I think we raided him a while back. So maybe not tonight. I want to listen to Nyan Nyan Cat for 4 hours straight. I would appreciate a Kel version of that. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, Ziggy. Just a. If you do finish the animated one, sure. I do need to learn how to audio mix, so might as well start off with something simple, right? Might as well start off with something simple. Could be my alarm. Why would you want me doing a Nyan Cat cover as your... You know what? Don't answer that. I don't want to know why. You know what? I'll set like a stream goal, right? I'll set a stream goal of like, I don't freaking know, 50,000 points, and I'll do a Nyan Cat cover. All right? How's that sound? Is that amenable to you guys? Is this agreeable? How do we feel? And yes. Can't be anything worse than... Stop! 50,000, 50K. 50K. It's not gonna be that cheap. But 50K. And I'll give you guys a month to get to that point. A month, mind you. Probably like after the year. After I come back from vacation, okay? I'll put in all my 14K. You guys really want that, huh? Well, we'll see. But I'll set that up later. I'll make a note of it to myself, but we'll deal with that later. But for now, yes. Yes, even after the update, I will try and sift through the utter cesspool that the art tag might be right now. Maybe it's not, right? Maybe it's not anymore after the string of bans that surely must have occurred by now, right? Like, surely it'll be fine. What are we in the mood for in terms of, like, themes for art? We're looking for someone who's doing commissions. What do we want, guys? What do we want? And don't you dare say boba. Gods, oh no. Let me see. Who looks chill and relaxed and is maybe focusing a lot on... Ooh, this person's doing bead art, and they're kind of intimidating because they have 1K, and I would feel a little intimidated. All right, here we go. Safe for work, comfy art. I'll take it. I'll take it. They've explicitly said that they are doing comfy art, which means they cannot, by any means, be doing NSFW stuff. Like, it's a rule. They said they're doing SFW. They have to. It's the rule. So I'm sending you guys there. How vanilla? Yes, vanilla. I'm say-so. We've been over this. I'm say-so. I'm a say-so streamer. Of course I'm gonna send you guys towards SFW art. So take care. Behave. Don't do anything weird or bizarre. Here's the raid message for those of you who are subbed. Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why are you questioning this? How is this a question? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't, okay? Don't. It's an accent thing, you... It's an accent. Raid 2. Can I get a random subscription? You're subscribed, Cotton. I think you have a gift sub. You have the sub badge, which maybe one of these days I should update. But either way, it's there. So that's the raid message for those of you who follow. But yes, guys, thank you so much for popping in, hanging out, being your beautiful selves. I'm sending you guys towards Izzy Shika, I believe their name is. I know, but how? I will explain nothing. I will explain nothing. Yes. Tomorrow I am... I just swear Uranos has a standard way to be said. Maybe I'm forgetting. Standards are meant to be broken in the first place when it comes to languages and accents. Speaking as linguists. Anyways, tomorrow I am actually going to be playing Monaco with Cassie over on her channel. I don't know if I'll be streaming my side of things just because I don't trust myself to be playing that game and streaming it at the same time. So we'll see. Maybe I will, maybe we won't. But yeah, if you guys don't already, please do check out... I don't know if she's here still. She is! Yeah, okay. I'll give a quick shout out to her. We are going to be like doing a collab tomorrow at 10 a.m. JST. So do give her a follow and check us out. Because I don't know if I'll be streaming. Anyways, that's that. Shop's closed. Get out. Hang on, I'm trying to do the thing. It's taking a while. Hang on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, get out. Bye.